Welcome back to Grace Over Glucose. I'm so glad you're all here. This is my weekly update video. So grab something to drink and let's talk about my week. So it's the Friday before Thanksgiving and it's been a really good week. I have no complaints. But today I'm going to talk about my eating, my exercise, and of course my progress on the scale. So let's start with my week. So it's been just a good week. I've been working and busy and doing some things with my family, which has been a lot of fun, and it's just been generally good. I've been preparing for Thanksgiving. I'm hosting. I think we have 17 people coming for Thanksgiving. So I've just been gathering all the things that I need to make that holiday really special for my whole family. So, my eating this week. So, unusually, I ended up eating out a little bit more than I wanted to this week. It's hunting season here in Michigan, and Jim's been gone hunting, and my dad's been gone hunting, so there's a lot of like empty time. So my mom and I went out to eat a few different times. I kept it really low carb. I think I ordered a taco salad one night, and I had a shrimp salad at a different restaurant another night. But my big win of the week actually happened on Saturday night. My daughter was down and she was coming down to our house, and she said, "Mom, how about if I bring Chinese food?" And I instantly went, because although I love Chinese food, I know it can be like big sugar bombs, and high carb. So I'm like, sure. I'm living my life. Absolutely. That's what everybody wants. I'll have Chinese. So I perused the menu and I found shrimp and vegetables in a non-sugary sauce, and I planned to eat that and no rice and call it good. So she came down and we put out all the food for everybody that was here, and I had my shrimp and vegetables. It was this really big portion and I ate it. And in front of me was a platter of egg rolls and crab rangoons, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to have half of an egg roll. I haven't had an egg roll. There's a lot of fiber kind of in the middle of the egg roll and a little bit of protein. So I ate half an egg roll, and that was that. So because there were, people over, we were visiting and watching a movie, and I decided to check my CGM, and lo and behold, it was up at 185 milliliters, which is the highest I've ever seen on my CGM. So I didn't panic. I knew, I had eaten something that had a lot of carbs. It was deep fried, etc. So what I did was I grabbed Ruby, my little puppy, and we went for a walk. It was dark out. We took a flashlight. We walked kind of maybe about a half a mile. Came back in. It was still pretty high. And about 15 minutes later, I saw it going down. And 30 minutes later, I was back to 117. So that is a huge win. That's a metabolic win. That showed me just how much my body has healed, how less insulin resistant I am. And I was really proud of that, because let's face it, life is life. And once in a while, you're going to eat part of an egg roll. You know what I mean? Or a cookie or something like that. And it's what we do afterward, or, to manage it is what really matters. So that walk, that movement, which I talk about so much here on my channel, really made a huge difference. And that's why I always walk after I eat when I can. So that was my win of the week. I didn't think I'd ever see that 185 come down as quickly as it did. So that was really cool. My exercise this week has been, like it always is, great. I'm still in my step bet. I'm going to be honest, I'm getting a little bit tired of my step bet. I'm busy, and it's just like that one more thing on my to-do list. But I'm doing it. I'm getting it done. I'm splitting up my walks during the day and getting it done. So that's been going well. My strength training has been going really well through my Train Well app. I know I'm getting stronger. In fact, I accidentally grabbed my 5-pound weights instead of my 10-pound weights for one of the exercises. And it was like, I felt like I was lifting air, and I started a year and a half ago, and those 5-pound weights were a lot for me. So that was a win too, just knowing that I'm getting stronger. So there's my exercise, there's my food. And now what we want to talk about is that scale. If you remember, or you were here last week, my weight stayed exactly the same. I thought I was in a bit of a plateau, and lo and behold, I'm not. I got on the scale this morning and I'm down 1.4 pounds. So it just needed its time, and it happened. So that put me at my new low weight today. So that was exciting. I dropped, I think, another 0.5% of body fat, and that's again, I've talked about that here before. That number, that how much my mass weighs, does not really matter to me all that much. I mean, yes, it's a metric, but that body fat percentage going down and the muscle retention staying high is what I really care about, because that's body recomposition. And my muscle rate is still holding steady. It has right since I started my health journey, and my body fat is just going down and down and down. So it's really exciting. I feel like this was a really good week. Going into Thanksgiving, I'm not expecting my weight to go down. I'm realistic. I'll be happy to maintain next week. And perhaps if I eat a couple of things that are not low carb during my Thanksgiving meal, I would expect a little bump on the scale just from water retention. And I'm okay with that. Once holidays come around, a couple times a year, the big ones for me anyway, and I'm going to eat the things that I like most. I'm going to eat strategically. I'll eat my protein first, my fiber, and then I'll probably have a little bit of stuffing because it's my favorite. And I'm okay with that. The scale is what it is next Friday. So we'll see. It's an experiment. You'll see if you're here next Friday what happens on the scale. So that's my week. I'm happy you came along, or that you're here listening to what's going on in my life. I really appreciate you being here. I would love to know how you're all doing. Throw it down in the comments. How has your week been? What wins have you had? What's your plan for Thanksgiving? Any of those things are welcome here. I love to hear from you. And I'll be back on Monday with my What I Eat in a Day. And next Thursday, Thanksgiving, with a really small grocery haul. And actually Sunday, I'm putting out a video on my low carb basics. Pantry staples, things that I always keep on hand. So come on and join me if you're interested or would like to come back. Again, thanks for being here, and I hope you all have a great holiday. Bye, friends.